Today we are going to discuss about Python variables. When you take the Python variables, look at here, I am taking x as a variable. Now in Python you don't want to define the variables, it will automatically define when you give or when you assign a value to a variable. Usually when you define a variable, it acquires storage to store an value and assign the given label. Now here, look at the screen, I have taken x equal 5. So x is my variable name, 5 is my value. So what will happen actually, it acquires the storage to store an integer value. 5 is integer value. So it's a number, so integer value. It acquires storage. Now in memory, it acquires space and assign the label as x. That is storage space given, the name is given as x, and store or assign the value 5 at the location. Now according to this one, x equal 5 means in the memory it acquire a space and it assign or it name it as x and put the value 5 to that location. Now I have taken another example, y equal 5.9. That means it's a decimal number. It's a decimal number. You have a decimal point here. So it become a float. I will tell you later. Z equal a with it is given within inverted commas. So it become a string. Now after assigning these three types of variable, I am using a method called type. Look at the screen, type. I have put type x. X means my first variable, that is 5. So I am getting an answer class int. That means my variable type is integer. That's why it gives int. Then type y. So y, it is a floating, that is a decimal number, so it is called float. Then I am checking the type of z also, that is I am getting str, that is string. So it's a letter or character, we are telling it's a string. Then look at the other part, y I am giving int 5.9. Then I am using type method, then I am getting integer. Now you look at y equal 5.9, it's a float. But I am using another method called int to convert it to integer. Then my type will display as int. So you can use int method to convert float value into integer value. Then look at the other example, z equal 10, I have given it within inverted comma. By giving inverted comma, you have converted that 10 as a string or letter. Now if you put the type z, you can see class string because I have given within the inverted comma. Now I am using int method to convert it. Then 10, that letter or string become int. Now see type z, you can see class is integer. Now x equal 5, here type I have given x, that is integer. Then I am using z equal strx, that means whatever the value is in x, that is integer, I am converting it to string using str method. Now if I put the method type, you can see class is string. So you can use this int, float, string to convert each number type or variable type. Int for whole numbers, float for decimal numbers, and str for characters. Now we'll see input method. Now input is built-in function. Now I have put type input, then I am getting class built-in function or method. So input is a built-in function that is already created. You can call it and use that. Now I am using a equal input, within inverted comma I have put enter number. Now a is the variable name. Now we discuss what is a variable and type of the variable. Then method is input, message is enter number. Now here you can take any variable name, input, that is the method you have to put, enter number, you can put any message here. Whatever you write inside this message part will be displayed to the user. Now I have taken an example in right hand side, a equal input enter number. Then user, when I run this in the shell, enter number, the enter number message will be displayed. I have put 5 here. Then I am checking type of A. You can see it's a string. Now this input method is used to take input from the user. Now if you have created a Python program and if you are asking user to input something, you have to use input method. And using this input method, you are taking some values, but that value become a string. It's a string. The variable type of that input method is a string. That's why type A equal class str, that will be displayed. So, but I am taking another example. I am using, now I have discussed int method. Now I am using whatever you are taking from the input, I am converting into it integer, because now if you are taking two numbers and adding, you have to convert into integer, otherwise you don't get the correct answer. I will show you it later. Now here I am using int method to convert what you are taking, what you are getting from the input method. And then now see enter number 5. Then now when I put the type method, you can see class is integer. Now using int method, you can convert a string or the what you are taking from the input method to the number or integer. Now look at here. I am taking two variables a and b, a comma b, that's how you can give in one line even, doesn't matter. Input enter number 1, input enter number 2. Now if I run this program, run this statement actually in the shell, I am getting input number, I will put 5, enter number 2, I have given 10. Now I am using print a plus b, but my answer will be 510. That is wrong. What has happened actually, input, using input I told it's a string. So using two string, I am going to add two string that become concatenate. That means adding together, but actually not numerically adding, it is concatenating. So that's why I am getting 510. But if I want to add these two number as a numeral value or numeric values and get the value, get the answer, I have to use int method to convert what you are getting from the input. Now look at a comma b, same thing I have used, but the difference is I am using int method to convert what you are taking from the input method. So enter number 1 5, enter number 2 10. Now if I print a plus b, you are getting the answer as 50. Now that is the difference of using int. If you take input only, it's a string, but if you convert it to using int method, it become a number. Then you can add the numbers. Now we'll see how to write some Python program using these input methods. I have discussed this type of questions in my flowchart and pseudocode video. You can go through that video, and first you have to understand how these are working. You have to have good knowledge about flowchart and pseudocode. Then only you can understand these programs. The logic is there in the flowchart and pseudocodes. Now I am taking two numbers and display the total. Now I have used a as a variable. I am converting into int. Enter first value. Then b, integer, I'm converting it to integer, input enter second value. Then I am adding them as a and b, a plus b, and I am assigning it to variable c. Now I am printing total is c. Now here you can put only c, print within bracket c, but it is not sensitive. That means the user or the person who is referring this program doesn't know what is this number. But if you give a string or characters or sentence like total is, anybody can understand it is the total. That's why I have used total is, but you have to put within inverted comma in that message, and you have to separate with a comma with the variable. Now look at here. I have used that program. I have run the program. Then enter first value, I have put 6. Enter second value, I have put 7. My total is 13. I'll take another example. Input length and width of a rectangle and display area and the perimeter. Now sometimes area, length and width can be decimal values. If you enter decimal value within int method, you are getting an error message. So I am using, because of that I am using float method to convert whatever you enter as width and length to the float value or decimal value, because then only you can input decimal values. As example, we'll see how it works. Now area is taken as a into v, that is area, that's how you have to find the area. Perimeter you have to a plus b, then you have to multiply by 2. Then I am showing area is area, perimeter is perimeter. Look at the example program. I have put a width 5, enter length 6.5. Now if you try to convert to int like the earlier program, you are getting an error message in this place. But here I am using float. Because of that, nothing will happen. Your program will run smoothly. Your area will be 32.5 and your perimeter is 23.0, because I am using float. That's why even it's a whole number, it will display with the decimal point. Now we'll see another program. Input age of a person, and if it is greater than 20, display adult, else display child. Here I am using if condition. When I am using if condition, I have to put colon at the end of the condition. Now here I am taking the input a int, I am converting it to integer, and I am checking a greater than 20. Then with the colon, after colon if you enter, it will automatically align and comes. You have to have a good knowledge, or you have to be very careful about this alignment or indentation in Python. If you put wrong indentation, your program will not work. So you have to have a correct indentation. Now if we are typing the program, when you enter after colon, when you press enter key, it will automatically indent. But if you made a mistake, you have to use a tab key to align or indent that words. So within if condition means that is align to right side, print adult. That means if a greater than 20, it is printing adult. Then else part is going to align as if condition. Then inside else part again align to right, print child. Now look at how it works. Enter age, I have put 25, it is adult. If I try to enter age 15, it is child. If I use enter age 20, that means 20 means you are checking 20 is greater than 20. 20 is greater than 20. But the condition is wrong, because 20 is not less greater than 20. Because of that, you are getting output as child. Now look at another program. Input marks of a student, and if it is greater than 75, display good. If it is greater than or equal 50, display work hard, else display bad. Now if I write the Python program, I am taking the input, enter marks, and I am converting into integer. Then I am checking it's greater than 75, like align with the alignment, I am using print good. Else if in the Python I am using elif. Now if you have go through my flowchart and pseudocode part, you will be better understand this part. Else if, instead of else if in pseudocode I am flowchart I am using elif. In Python, remember this part, elif. Elif, that means else if, same thing like that. Elif a greater than 50, I am using work hard, printing work hard, else otherwise I am printing bad. So if you have more condition, you can have more elif parts, but final part should be else. Now look at the flowchart, pseudocode they also given to check. If you now why I put this pseudocode part here. Now if you can write the pseudocode, you can definitely write the Python program. Only thing is you are replacing Python keywords instead of pseudocode parts. So it will be more easy if you can have good knowledge of pseudocodes. That's why I am repeating the same thing. You have to have good knowledge of pseudocode and flowchart. Now look at the program. I'm after running, I have put 80, then it will be good. I have put 60, work hard. If I put 30, bad. If I put 50, still you get work hard. Why is that? Because else if part I am using a greater than or equal 50. That means if it is greater than 50, it is work hard. Again, if it is equal to 50 even, it is work hard, because I have put my condition as a greater than or equal 50. I will go for a repetition program in Python. Display numbers from 1 to 10. So I am using while condition, n less than or equal 10. Now here also I am using colon mark, because I have in the each condition you have to put colon. Then it is align. Align means it is inside the while loop. Now I am not going to talk about while loop much, because we have discussed that in my flowchart and pseudocode part. Now I am printing n and I am adding 1 to the n. So your answer will be 1 to 10. Now I can do the same thing using different ways. Now here I am using another program, n equal 1 while n less than 11. Now earlier n less than or equal 10, but less than 11. Print n equal n plus 1. Still you are getting the same answer. Now here I am using for loop also. For also can be used, because I know that I want to print from 1 to 10. Here I'm not going to discuss more about for, but I will show you how it works. For n, I am taking a variable. You can take any variable, n in range. I have to use a keyword range. Then a starting number and the ending number. But you may think, why I have put 11. In for loop, it will execute not only not up to n part. It will deduct 1, and up to that part only it will execute. That means if I put 11, it will deduct 1, means it will run up to 10, because I want to print 1 to 10. That's why I have put 1 to 11, then print 10. If I put 1 comma 10, your answer will be 1 to 9. So remember, in 4 you have to put what you are expecting to run. You have to add one more value to that, because it is working less than 1 value to that specific or given value. Now I am taking another example. Input numbers until you enter 0 and display the total of them. So here you are entering numbers, but when you enter 0 only, it will exit. Now look at the program. I am assigning total equals 0, because my total is at the beginning, it's 0. Then I am taking the number a. I am assigning to a variable a, that you know. Then I am checking while a not equal 0. Now here I am checking not equal, because this program is working if the number is not equal to 0. If you enter 0, it will exit. That's why I am using this condition. Then after giving colon, you have to align or indent t equal t plus a. That means you are adding that number. Then I am taking another number inside the while loop. So why I have to put inside the while loop, that why I need to take another number inside the while loop has been discussed in the flowchart and pseudocode video. Then I am printing the total is t, but I have indentation. I have removed the indentation because I want to find out the final total. If I indent this print part also like the input and t, then each time you are generating the total will be displayed. But if I need to display only the final total, I have removed the indentation. Then it will print only one time. Now I have put the pseudocode also, then you can understand it well. That's why I told you, if you can write the pseudocode, this program will be easy. Writing the Python program will be easy. Only thing is you have to replace the Python words, keywords. Now if I run the program, I have put enter 5, then enter number again 2, 3, 4. Then when I enter 0, it will add up to these numbers and total will become 14. 14 will be displayed. If I enter 0 at the beginning, so you can see the total is 0 because it is not coming inside the loop. If I put a number 6, 4, then minus numbers and all that, minus value will be also added. 6 plus 4, 10, then minus 2 and minus 4, because of adding them, it become again 4, then 4 plus 5, your answer will be 9. When you enter 0, it will be exit, and the total become 9, that will be displayed. I am taking another example. Enter numbers until you enter 0 and display total of positive numbers only. Total of positive numbers only. Now here inside the while loop, like the earlier one, I am using a if condition to check whether it's a positive number. If it is greater than, how can I check whether it's a positive number? If it is greater than 0, you can tell it's a positive number. Then only you have to add that number. Now look at inside the while loop, I have indent to if condition. Inside the if condition also, I have put indentation t equal t plus a, because this t equal t plus a should run within the if condition only. That's why I have aligned it inside the if condition. Now taking the next number should be within the while loop, not within the if condition. That's why I have removed the indentation and put it here. Then final total you have to display only one time. That's why I have removed the indentation and print total as here. Now here I have run the program. I am putting 5, 10, then minus 3, minus 2. Now minus values will not added. Then your answer will be 50. So I think you can understand this part. You can try these programs by typing in Python and go through them again and again. Then it will be easy for you to understand. In my next video, I am going to discuss text file or writing to text file, how you are going to write for the notepad or text file. Thank you.